This is the PreSonus Quantum 2626 Thunderbolt 3 audio interface. This interface has a myriad of connectivity, offering up to 26 ins and 26 outs. The analog inputs, there's 8 analog inputs on the front. Inputs 1 and 2 are mic and instrument level, and inputs 3 through 8 are mic and line, and each one of these inputs has a PreSonus XMAX Class A microphone preamp. And then on the rear, we have 8 analog outputs, and there's also the ability to add an extra 18 inputs and outputs using the dual ADAT and SPDIF digital connections. Now you can take a look on the front here, and you'll notice some other features. You'll see that there's a monitor control right here, and then the headphone volume controls with the 2 headphone jacks down below here. Now, those of you who are familiar with PreSonus interfaces will notice that there's no mix control, right? PreSonus were one of the companies that really pioneered the ability to blend in the dry signal straight off the preamp inputs with your DAW, so you could have really low latency or latency-free monitoring. Now, the trick with this piece is that the Quantum 2626 takes advantage of Thunderbolt 3 connectivity, and that enables this interface to have a round-trip latency time of less than 1 millisecond. So that means that you can actually monitor through plugins on your DAW. On the rear of the unit, there's a MIDI in and a MIDI out port, meaning that the Quantum 2626 can double as a MIDI interface if you're using external synthesizers or hardware sequencers. There's also BNC connectors for word clock if you want to clock to an external source. And it's worth it to note that the 8 analog outputs are DC coupled. So that means that if you are into modular synthesis and you want to use control voltage, send that out of your DAW to control your analog synthesizers, you can safely do that using this interface. Now, in terms of the sound quality, I think it sounds great. The demo song that I recorded, I deliberately recorded in my home studio or at my house so that you could get an idea of this being used in, I guess, more of a real-world scenario. And what you're hearing is pretty faithful to the way that it was tracked. There's some compression and limiting on the master bus, but other than that, the guitar is running through the Studio One amplifier plugin, and the bass was recorded direct and some compression applied in post. In terms of the drums, there's very little processing. There was only a low-cut filter applied to the top snare mic, and the Mix Tool plugin was used to flip the polarity on the signal from the bottom snare mic. So you're basically hearing what I was hearing when I was tracking, and I found it sounded good, and it was very easy to mix. So I hope you enjoy checking that out. And if you're interested in finding out more about the Quantum 2626 from PreSonus, head on over to americanmusical.com.